Little Caesars changed the game, bro.
They did.
Little Caesars changed. That's the most shot of shit.
Hey, Chewy, blood. They want you on the podcast, bro. Look, he Mexican, bro. You gotta put him on.
Am I interrupting your depression? I'm sorry.
This week's episode of The Voice Party is brought to you by Big Boy Raps. Get your car wrapped by some of the most experienced and skilled in the Bay. Big Boy Raps, where the big boys play.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to The Voice Party. To my right, we got Mr. JD Arandia. We got Black Joaquin Xavier. Yes, I can. We invented that. And he's interrupting again. We got Corday Snails.
What's up, Marcos?
And on the board, we got Mr. Phil Spooner. How you doing? My name is Marcos, and today we have a very special guest, an organization from Richmond, doing events all over for how many years now?
Going on 7 years.
Going on 7 years. We got Moving Forward. Woo! How you guys doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we're excited to have you guys. We have been, just a little backstory, we've actually done a few events with you guys.
Your band.
Well, not just the band, the Voice Party in general. We've all collaborated together as even separate entities or together.
We've met?
I think so.
Something you guys are really known for, though, is your 5K run.
Yeah.
You guys do this every year, and they have been growing like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys tell us how that started? Because I remember the first one, and that was small compared to what just happened this past year.
Also, introduce yourselves individually.
Oh,
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Go for it.
I'm Anselmo Ramirez.
Ooh.
I know
Roll the
Joaquin
R.
since high school?
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy Eagles.
Freshman going on forward, man.
Yeah, and
Oh yeah, he's an Oiler over here.
I don't play. I'm not gonna Richmond, dude.
Okay,
the fuck, that's JD.
My bad. What'd you do? Where'd you?
Gaucho, Cyril Gaucho.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
All right, we
All right.
fly over y'all anyway. It's cool.
Yeah, and fucking into the fucking trees.
Hey,
and shit like that.
whoa.
Yeah.
You're an Oiler. Shut up, dude.
You were saying?
Any drama here? Sorry about that. Started moving forward with Diana's cousin Victor, who started his own thing afterwards back in 2017, and we've been doing community work since then. Even before that, I had been doing community work with other nonprofit organizations, worked for the school district, and was helping out with other projects before I decided that I wanted to do my own thing. And I had no idea it was going to snowball into this, but here we are.
Hey.
Yeah, most definitely. So I kind of got introduced through Moving Forward after the very first 5K event.
Mm-hmm.
So like he mentioned, my cousin, I call him Magwai, but he's known as Victor. But anyway, I was helping out, he's always doing stuff in the community too. And I just thought like, oh, wow, this just seems like a good vibe, good organization. I want to be a part of it. So kind of after that event, that's when I kind of came on board. So after I was a participant from the first race, but second race and on, I was helping
working.
put it all together and working. So, and I really got to know Anselmo through one of my uncle's campaigns in Richmond because he was running for city council. That's how we got to know each other.
Who was your uncle?
Diego Garcia.
Oh, cool. I went to
Yeah.
high school with Diego too.
Dieguito? Okay,
Dieguito, yeah.
Okay.
Diego too. He's Diego just to me.
Yeah, I see.
I used to get shirts made at his shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah.
He had the print shop. It's right next to El Garaje.
Yeah.
So it's that place.
Yeah. Nice.
Left side printing in case anyone wants to get their work.
Yeah.
There you go. Shout him out.
He used to be on like further down, right? Like right by Nicholas Park.
He used to be actually by
Nickel Park?
that might have been his
It's Nicholas Park. It's Nicholas Park.
his like he had a little supermarket there, but his print shop used to be at by Andy's Donuts.
Okay.
By Richmond High.
Yeah.
There. But then he moved to that
Better.
by the BART.
Yeah.
I used to hang with the skate crew back in high school, and we had all our shirts, custom shirts that we made by your uncle.
Oh yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Small world.
So
know that. Yeah.
so going back to this, you guys have grown your guys'
Big time.
5K runs huge.
Oh, for sure.
How many people did we have at the last one?
Like,
Well, I'm sorry. Richmond.
registered participants, it was over 300.
That's insane,
Yeah.
right? I mean, from the very first one, I remember what.
Yeah, we've grown a lot.
Sorry, I meant you guys, but also like as a community, right?
Yeah.
Because this is your guys' Richmond thing. Are you just gonna keep laughing the whole time?
We're talking shit. My bad,
No,
Marcos. Sorry.
you have been there from the beginning, and I was
This is us.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
It just sounded funny.
You're an honorary member, dude.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't know you was honorary.
Yeah.
It sounded bad. We was like,
No.
we have been growing. Like, Marcos, what the fuck you do? Like,
Marcos doesn't do shit.
His dad too. Is
Oh, my dad is a part of.
so your dad, so them and your dad, and then you was like,
My dad is a part of the scholarship.
There you go.
What does he do? Yeah.
committee. Yeah.
My dad is part of it. But what does he do? Like, you don't even know what your dad does? Come on, Marcos. My bad.
I know he's a social worker on the side. His main job is moving forward.
There you go.
There we go.
No,
there we go.
No, it is beautiful to see, like, because it's all going to local students for scholarships.
Yeah.
And like I told you that last time, like, I don't know if that was something around when we were kids, when we were going to high school. So it's good to see that you guys are helping your own.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, and like originally I worked, like I said, for the school district, other nonprofit organizations, grew up in Richmond. And so through that experience, to me, one of the things that I wanted to do when I did this was give back, right? And how could we give back and really make an impact? And this is what we decided,
That's
Sometimes
awesome.
I'm like, what else can we do? Can we do this, But this is ultimately what we felt was going to do something.
How did coming along with like the scholarship program happen? Because there's got to be there's got to be logistics to that people don't understand. You know what I mean? You can't just give away. You can't just call
Here's your
yourself
check.
moving forward and then be like, oh, I just picked this random person. There's got to be
The criteria
process
to
and
who we
yeah.
get.
It's really developed over the years because at first, we weren't even sure like how much to raise for the scholarship amount. So, and over the years, it's gotten to, okay, well, maybe we should verify for sure that they got into school. We should for sure like GPA requirements. But now I feel like it's gotten pretty sophisticated with everybody's input where we have like a rubric set in place for it. We make sure that all the criterias are met, and something different about our scholarship is that we place a major focus and emphasis on community service.
Right.
So even if they're a 4.0 student, even if they write a good essay, the biggest part of the scholarship component is community service. So if you don't have that, you're not going to get it.
Oh,
Right.
Okay.
And we also make it more accessible too, because what if we have one of those participants that are super good at community service, but they have like their GPA isn't as strong. Maybe they have like a 2.5, but still community service is strong. They have a really good chance of getting it still because we care about that, especially if they volunteer with us, if they work with us.
Right.
And we open it to vocational schools. So they even have a chance if they're going to vocational schools, trade schools, they just, as long as they're part of the community and they have a 2.5 GPA, they qualify.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How many students have you given scholarships to now at this point? And what is
Over
it?
30.
Over 30.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And like Diana was saying, we've kind of fine-tuned it, made adjustments over the years. We got the system where we plan, we do, reflect, and then we repeat that process over and over and over. I'm sure you guys do something similar to make this, what it is now.
We don't give money to people. We take money from people.
We just argue in a group chat and stuff about like how we're gonna arrange stuff and all that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Pizza again?
So what made you come up with the idea of the 5K or moving forward? Like Like you said, you wanted to give back, but like, so why a 5K in particular?
Because we said last time you could have done a pub crawl.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I would have been down with that. Drinking for the kids.
Salud.
You do that after the 5K runs.
Yeah.
We'll shoot the 5K, then the pub crawl. 2 fucking racing.
Sounds like a good time.
$100 buy-in
Let
for
me
a
know.
beer pong, and all that money goes to the scholarship.
There you go.
Hey, we might be onto something.
Hey.
Well,
21 and older event.
originally we were thinking of what we can do, and now that a lot of people know this, I was thinking let's do like a kickball tournament, you know. And basically I invited a few people, including like Victor, who I mentioned earlier. Diego was actually there too, and we were kind of thinking of ideas of what we can do that also like represents what we're about, you know, more in line with what we want to represent, you know. And so one of the things we wanted to do was represent health in the process. And so a 5K is a healthy thing to lead up to, you know. Exercise is a good thing mentally, physically, and so that's why we decided that. Not a pub crawl. Nothing against like pub crawling. Hey, you know, let me know. But
That's more for profit, though.
Yeah,
I mean, you guys have an agenda to
Exactly.
get the community together and you know, spread a better message. When you think of something like a 5K, though, excuse me, is that kind of scary? Like when you think, oh, something fun like a kickball game.
Yeah.
That could be fun. You're getting your health, you're getting exercise, but it's also something fun and competitive. Versus like you hear a 5K, that could deter people. You know what I mean? Like someone could hear that and be like,
I'll pay, but I don't know if I want to do it.
Yeah, we got a lot of that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and you get a lot of that too. Like, was that kind of a scary jump to be like, we're gonna stick with this? But it's working though. People
showing up.
Yeah. I mean, you got this guy to do it.
Hey,
There we go.
There's my camera. There.
yeah, and hopefully,
Hey, it was rough.
again.
It was rough. I missed last year because, you know, I was busy
COVID.
and.
Say blame it on COVID.
Give me some.
COVID.
It was not.
That's the fact. Like, what happened? COVID. You had COVID? Nah, just because I just wanted to stay away because of COVID.
Yeah, I heard the water was contaminated. And, just coming.
Nah, you heard the concrete was contaminated. You could get COVID from that. So yeah, through your feet.
We did I did start a team for the first time I did it.
Yeah.
Because I caught on late to all that you guys are doing. You know, you were already well established when we had you on the first time on the podcast, and then you know I kind of got to know this guy more because you guys knew each other.
Yeah,
I saw that.
Well, actually, I met them two at the first 5K.
Yeah, they've been from the beginning.
Because moving forward, you guys had the show. Oh, sorry, the Go to Work Fitness had their show.
Yeah,
That's right.
So we did the interviews and stuff.
I'll never forget when Anselmo reached out to us and was like, can we have Mr. Go to Work lead us in some exercises? We'll do even one better. We'll film an episode around it.
Yeah.
We'll be the first to journalistically break the story.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And then you graciously invited everybody that helped with the event to like an amazing, I'll never forget that. The dinner was awesome, but being there and being...
there was a dinner.
We helped.
Oh, I think he's talking about the scholarship, the very first scholarship ceremony.
I think this is even before that.
No.
Yeah, this is like...
It's been that long.
Yeah.
This is like what maybe your first or second event when you reached out to us.
This was after the first event, I believe, and we had like a thank you appreciation dinner for everybody who helped behind the scenes.
Yep.
Was that the
Bill, me, we were all,
that was at the one restaurant?
It's not even there anymore, I think.
No, the bar was closed or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah, because they got in trouble or something.
Yeah.
Where at?
I don't know.
It was on 23rd Street.
It's right across the street from like Pal and
Oh, Garibaldi. It used to be Garibaldi. I know what you're talking about. It's something different now.
Yeah, they changed the a few times.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So so you started this in what was 2017?
Yeah.
2017. What's been like the feedback from the students that you guys gave this college? Like for them, like have you had interactions with them afterwards? You know, like the first ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, like with everything else, there's been some that are reoccurring that really stick, that, you know, keep in touch, and we incentivize that.
Yeah.
But there's some that more so they'll take the scholarships. They use it to pay for school or whatever the case is, any like necessities. And sometimes they don't apply again. But I'd say we have a pretty fair retention rate.
Yeah.
There's been quite a few multiple time recipients.
Okay.
So that's a good thing. But
That's good.
The best ones for me is when I like just run into some of these recipients in public. Like I was over by Berkeley, going to get a bite to eat with a buddy of mine. I'm just walking and someone's like, Anselmo. I look back and it was one of the recipients.
Nice.
We're close to the campus, but I didn't even think about it.
Right.
It took me a second. I was like, oh, Hillary. And then she came over, we talked for a little bit and chatted. And, it was just nice to see somebody. And, some people might get a scholarship, see the person who's involved with it, be like, let me go this way. But I'm glad that we have built a relationship where they feel comfortable to actually say, hey, look at me, I'm right here. How are you doing? And kind of interact. To me, that goes a long way.
100%.
And to me, that just represents what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's crazy how expensive it is getting more now to get into school.
Man.
Books, everything that comes with it. Like, it's
Textbooks are like the biggest scam.
Yeah.
biggest scam ever.
Dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Especially like they read them like every year.
Not scam, but it is.
No, but how much?
for your fucking money?
How much a fucking book is, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And you can't even go back and get like old used books because often what times will happen would be the same material, but they will publish a new version
There you go.
where they'll go, okay, remember that like chapter 2, it starts on page 25 instead of 26 now. So it's different.
Now you have to buy the whole new one.
Like it's awesome that you guys are doing that, like what you're doing, but like it's on the same note, it's crazy to think that in other countries where they get free college courses,
Yeah.
they're like what are you doing? Like you do what? No, but then you just give me that for, like Breaking Bad would not happen in Canada because they get free healthcare.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I mean, Breaking Bad would probably happen for a different reason.
Right.
Walter's
For sure.
ego is
For sure.
nuts.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to.
That's true.
ego.
I've never seen that show.
Well, he gets cancer, so
I
he has
know
to
what it's
sell,
about, but I was-
he has to sell meth to pay bills.
Yeah.
Oh, you see, you
This
didn't get it.
episode's not about meth. Okay.
So 5K.
It's a fucking.
It wasn't really about
It's an
meth either.
example, Marcos.
It was about the
This is
fall
how
of a
conversations work.
It's about the fall of a tragic character.
You're literally seeing how we argue on the voice party sometimes in our group
I can
chat.
see it.
What's your plans for this year's?
There we go. Back on topic.
Well, we want to obviously make it bigger and better, the 5K.
Yeah.
But, I could go on a Kanye rant about how the system is all,
Oh, that's what I wanted to pull out of you.
You don't want to pull that out because I'm just
Moving forward,
I
about
do.
to get canceled.
Yeah, no, but it's complicated. The system is what it is. And
Right.
We're just trying to do our best to.
I'm sure that's also why you guys started this.
Yeah.
the reason behind it.
And a lot of it too is obviously the money and everything helps, but it's also like building awareness and getting
Right.
people to recognize this issue and really to get into it and get involved. It's not just the money, because that's to me,
For sure.
it's as important it's impacting the lives of the recipients and their families.
Right.
But aside from that, how many other impacts can we make by just doing the work that we're doing and getting people to say, oh yeah, and you just spend a minute thinking about it or whatever they can to help support the cause.
Right. Another thing you guys do that's great is the cleanups, the park cleanups. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. And what's it called? I gotta try to make one. I
gotta
can't.
get you out there.
I know. I'm sorry.
And your dad too.
Yeah. We keep saying that we're gonna go and something comes up and
Name 3 excuses right now.
see COVID. No.
Lead singer of a band.
Lead singer of a band. Well, no. See, the past few times actually has. Oh, that happened too.
Jesus.
That's kind of dark.
Belts. That's an actual legitimate excuse.
Yeah, that was a while ago. But anyways, what's it called? Like you guys doing the park cleanups and stuff. What's something crazy that you guys find all the time? I know a specific thing that I'm looking for, but something that these parks are
Voice party
flooded
stickers.
with needles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And in
it's
public parks where kids play.
where they play.
Ooh, yeah.
And that's something, as far as the awareness goes, if we can be helping clean up, if more people are kind of aware of that and stuff like that, making sure that our kids have a safe place to play and grow up.
Yeah, because that's why I like was that where you guys have done events, that little park
Unity
area?
Park.
Unity.
Yeah,
Unity.
stuff like that. Like what you're around affects your psyche. So like you know, if it's cleaner, nicer looking environment,
Absolutely.
it helps. You know, like Contra Costa County is so huge. And if you look at where we're at, like compared to how the, like, you know, services for that kind of stuff are spread out, you know, I can go on and around about that too, like you said, but
Yeah.
that's why it's important that what you guys do is like, you know, it's kind of like in a way, like, not that you shouldn't have to do that, but you know, like, give me a fucking bone here, you know?
Yeah. And we get different reactions from people. Some people are like, why are you guys cleaning up other people's trash type of thing? Like,
Really?
I ask them, like, you want to support? They're like, nah, I'm not picking up other people's trash. Like, what, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, at the same time, I think you guys get it, right? It's
Right.
like, same thing, like if you go to Beverly Hills, you know, just random. If you go to Beverly Hills and it's all clean, people are less prone to want to just throw their trash out.
Right.
Yep.
Add to it, you know?
Right.
But,
Adding value to it.
yeah, but like right next to Unity Park, we find a bunch of syringes, all kinds of stuff out there. I don't want to get into all the nitty gritty, but we find stuff out there.
Right.
And so like, we've noticed a huge difference from when we started making that as like our hub, our main spot that we clean up on a monthly basis. That it's better kept. You know, people.
I was gonna ask, are you seeing?
They don't want to dump their trash there because it's already clean. But when it's already trash, it's like draw the attraction. It attracts people to just
Right, to just dump.
Yep.
Yeah, it feels more safer for sure. Like a safe area. When before, especially partnering up with Urban Tilt and Rich City Rides, you know, we do like planting there, trees and other
More
things
landscaping
like-
and stuff.
Yeah, more landscaping. And then we host more activities there. And so that's really made it like a safer, more positive environment.
It's the Holy Trinity right there, moving forward, Urban Tilt and Rich City Rides.
Here we go.
I love that.
Yeah.
Like you got every event I've come out to that get invited for you know, moving forward.
Yeah.
All three groups are there supporting each other. And like now, like we did the roller skating event.
Roller skating
Yeah.
thing, that was cool.
Oh, you were there. Yeah.
I was working your table.
You were working my table. Yeah. I forget about that. Yeah. Because it like that day, for example, someone came from the street to look at the event. It's a guy from Richmond.
Yeah.
He came in and I don't know who he talked to me or someone else.
He became a judge
Yeah.
for the roller skating event. He was like, I want to judge.
And he said something that like blew my mind. Like, it's like, damn, I can imagine this happening like, you know, 20 years ago in this park.
That spot is special. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is the park? Where's the park at?
It's on
Unity
18th
Park.
in Ohio.
Yeah.
Between Chancellor and Ohio, because the Richmond Greenway it runs right along. Carolina used to be old railway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so on 16th is where they put the park, Unity Park.
Okay.
Do you guys see a lot of help from the city itself or no?
We get some support from the city, but
Is it
like
enough support from the
enough, I would say there could be more. You know,
Because this is the thing, like we're all from Richmond and stuff like that, and I've heard, I'm just saying my opinion only. I think we've all been to a lot of these events and stuff like that. What Urban Tilt is doing, what you guys are doing with the roller skate.
Rich City Rides.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Bridge City Rides. You'll see some politicians being like, we need to get together, you know, be united and stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm like, we're here.
We're actually doing it.
We're like, no offense, but where the
Exactly.
fuck are you guys?
And then
I haven't
still show up.
All of a sudden, you know, politicians are campaigning,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they might come out once or twice, but I haven't seen you. I mean, I've seen the same people at all these events for the past 5-6 years.
Easy there, Kanye. I'm just
What they meant.
No,
they
but
want.
I'm
Well,
just
that's true.
We need to unite so you
I
can vote
think
for
of
me.
A good
So that-
two that are like really out there, really helping the community, going to these events.
let's hear some name drops.
Yeah.
There you go. Name drop. Name drop. Go ahead. Go
Dora
ahead.
Robinson, of course.
yeah.
Luckily, she was elected to city council.
Hell yeah.
And Sean Dunning, but unfortunately he wasn't elected. But those two have been out here years. Sean, for example, has only been a part of Richmond the last 6 or 7 years, but in that short time, he's surpassed any politician that I've seen. You know, that's
Right.
you know, to be honest.
I didn't know about him that much, and I looked at some of my old photos from a show I did at the Bridge Art Space. The day we had Samuel Bate on, and he's in the audience.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I didn't know he went to that show.
Yeah, he was there. I went to that show. I think.
You went to that show too, yeah.
Because I saw him there.
And he was running for mayor at the time, right?
Probably, or maybe not.
He's just in the pictures in the
Small world.
Yeah.
That's everything.
No, but yeah.
You're out here, man. You're out here.
But you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
No,
I feel like where the agendas are kind of with the city right now are kind of, they're out of whack right now, just because there's people in the community actually doing it.
Yeah.
yeah.
There's more than one. You guys are doing events all the time. Like,
And you're
why-
collaborating with each other.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many people that have small businesses that are trying to do small independent things. We're all working together to do it together. And and why isn't it being pushed out more? Why aren't you guys supporting this so much? This should, I mean, I know there's other things that need to be worked on too in the city, but like, this should be a really big priority in the city of Richmond. You know what I mean? And it's really upsetting that it's
Especially with the history that it has.
right.
You know, like look at who we were at 10 years ago.
Right.
11 years ago, 12 years
seriously.
ago.
Right.
To where you're at now. And I think to his question, maybe what it does is it shows the lack of support the city is giving. And that's why there's groups are coming up, you know?
Yeah. Well, I will say
Not that there isn't any, but there's a lack of something.
I will say that over the years, support has grown, you know,
Sure.
and also like within that too, like moving forward, building credibility and being like a name in the community.
Yeah.
I think that goes a long way too. At the very beginning, it was kind of like just two random guys trying to do something
Right.
with not enough.
Hey, you guys want some money?
Yeah. So once you build the credibility,
Yeah.
then people are more willing to support, you know.
For sure.
You're telling me though, after this last 5K, you guys don't have enough credibility yet though?
No, I would say that's why we've been gaining
From the
more
beginning.
support. That's why we're getting like
Okay.
more support's coming. You know?
Okay.
And so I think it's like it's a effect of just being credible and being a regular in the community, not just like coming and going. You know.
And you can tell when someone cares. Like that's why I like, you know, supporting you guys. Like when I went on your podcast, we stayed on, you know, like you guys are focused on the goal of, you know, getting these things done. Like I remember you invited me to the hike before the 5K.
Yeah, we do monthly.
And then I
hikes.
was like, oh shoot, I signed up for that.
Yeah.
Oh, my back hurts so much. Like that's all I remember
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
But you were encouraging me to, you know,
Check it out.
Yeah, and to come out to get ready for, you know, I don't think any other 5K does that.
Well, we do a lot of like community building stuff like that
Yeah.
too, and so it helps kind of. Our goal is to help encourage people from our community to get out, get active. Hiking is a good, healthy way to promote, like, you know, obviously physical health, but also mental health. You know, getting out, something about getting out there in the outdoors.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's
Which
a
is
good thing to-
important in our community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I know growing up myself, you know, I was in the concrete jungle. You know, I didn't go hiking very often.
Right.
You know, maybe like once I can remember that I went hiking.
Right.
You know, but there's like so much more to explore. And so one of the things we like to do is take people and show people places that they may have not ever been to. Even though you're from Richmond, there's like a lot of places that you may have never been to. And if you come to one of our hikes, you might check one out.
We just had that moment the other day.
Yeah.
Show you some spots you've never seen in Richmond.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
What was the spot? What was the spot?
Well,
Anyway, so what were we saying?
what did you guys?
You know,
I said, what was the spot?
What was
Letting them go, you're
You
like,
mean-
nah, you can tell me the spot.
Oh,
No, but
got you.
I will have to say this though for you guys, for both of you, because I went on your show, and it really was it was awesome to see what you guys turned into during the pandemic. Like I think that. I don't know if you guys noticed an increase in numbers from support during the pandemic, but you guys had those health classes and you did community cleanups.
Yeah.
And then you had the podcast to, you know, raise awareness while people were home, and you did classes online with Evan and Jasper and everyone else.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
And that was dope as hell because it was like everyone's home and depressed and gaining weight, you know?
Yeah.
And then these guys are like, oh, we're going to do classes, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, Marcos is like that though.
That's okay. 3 more documentaries and we'll get
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we were doing fitness classes before that in person.
Yeah.
Right.
And so we just switched gears, you know, and said, okay, we can't have that same presence out in the community.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Oh, right. You guys
on
were
social
doing
media.
the weekly.
Yeah, we were
park
doing
ones.
bi-weekly community fitness classes free at the park
Right,
for so
right.
people could have access to a free class, get, you know, active. And so we just switched that and put it
That wasn't
online.
easy, by the way. That was a hard work. For someone who doesn't work out like on the regular, that
It's a
kicked
real
my-
workout.
Yeah,
that kicked my
yeah,
butt.
yeah, Marcos. Yeah, it's yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
One. I did one.
No, I'm saying you're giving JD shit. Yeah,
Yeah, that's usually how workouts go, buddy.
huh? Exactly.
Just talking about gaining heck of weight.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying collectively as a community there was.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Well, collectively, we all gained weight.
So when's next 5K?
It'll be in August.
In August. Okay.
Probably the first or second weekend of August.
Okay.
Why do you ask, Corday?
I was just asking.
You gonna sign up?
You know,
We were talking about it yesterday.
Voice party.
Hey.
Getting ready for the run.
Well, so in order for me to sign up to commit to this thing, how would I go about training for a 5K?
Well, really quickly, I want to make this clear to everybody. It's also a 5K walk if you don't want to run it. Okay, so I know
he needs
like
to run it though. He needs to run it.
is that
Fuck you, dude.
you don't
All
need
right,
to.
all right, I might sign up so I can try to beat your ass. All right.
So just I want to throw that out there. 'cause
It's not a boxing
There's
match,
like a lot of moms that
Hey, I know it's a race. I know what a
you
race
don't
is.
have to run it. You could always walk it if you just want to enjoy the view. You know.
And that's kind of I did half and half because he ran behind me with the camera the whole time. It's not easy.
This is the most exhausting work day of my film life.
The electric skateboard.
Kid you not.
That's what someone did with the electric bike. It is a like yeah. I when I was halfway down, I was like. I wonder if they'll notice if I take an Uber back to this. I remember I mentioned that. I mentioned renting a bike, and he's like, "Just stick it out." Like, okay, because it is.
It's a bitch.
Yeah.
See, I shouldn't have, as a documentarian, I shouldn't have said anything. I should have just let you do it and caught that on camera.
Oh, yeah.
It's on the phone.
You started really late though.
Yeah, I
like
did. See?
you know what I mean? Like it started the year you ran kind of abruptly. Like there was just, we set a certain time and we didn't like account for delay during that period. And I don't know if you heard it, but then, so there was a lag time.
I got there after everyone ran.
Yeah,
'cause
everyone ran,
we
and then you're
parked-
like,
yeah.
oh, they're running. You know what I mean? So
yeah. We talked about that because we filmed it for the documentary, which you guys, did I get you guys in? I know you're in there.
What documentary are you talking about?
Unhealthy
JD?
Comedian.
Oh.
It's available on Tubi. No.
Oh, it's also streaming on Roku
Wait,
right
so
now.
a funny thing about that, because we haven't had you on since, but like, you hit me up like, hey, I'm watching a documentary right now. And then like 20 minutes later, hey, I'm in it.
I didn't even know. I'm waiting on my check in the mail,
Ain't no checks. JD ain't even got to pay.
You get a voice party sticker.
You know the Voice Party has merch. You want to come?
You get 50% off Voice Party merch. That's your payment.
Hey, that's nice.
You know what? I got to thank you guys though, for real. Because we were talking about how we were going to do the story. And that was like, we pulled that clip from when you announced what 5K was.
Yeah.
And that kind of helped us build the story into the 5K.
I didn't even know, but
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. For real.
you know, like I wish I would have known more. Like
Me too.
Leading up to it, like that the Unhealthy Comedian was going to be, what it is.
Yeah.
So that we could like build up to it more at the 5K event. We could have done something more. I don't know. Somehow made like a table or something, or to like
But there would have been more eyes on me.
probably.
And I probably would have been a little bit more. I saw that the what's it called? The drone. While I was walking, and I was like, "Oh God, I guess I gotta run." Right now.
Yeah, and that drone was just for you. Buddy.
Yeah. So I was like, "Oh yeah, no, that pressure did like kind of get to me towards the end when there was more people there. Where I see them like at the finish line, I was like, I gotta run now.
Yeah.
I gotta run now. And but yeah, it was one of the hardest things I've ever done.
I'm glad you did it.
Yeah.
Everyone's pretty encouraging, right? When you finish, like
It is.
sharing.
Oh no, I feel great. Like until I caught my breath, and I was like, oh, it was great. But it also felt like I was super proud that I did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to do it again, but I haven't done it ever since.
Well, here's your chance.
But I think I'm gonna sign up for this year.
Okay, we're gonna look for that.
Yeah.
How about this?
Oh shit. Oh god. Here it comes.
You create a team, sign up for the 5K, and I'll bring out a group to your next comedy show.
Okay.
Damn.
Hey, I'm
Sounds
in.
pretty fair, right?
I let's train.
Let's do it.
The team should train.
I'm in.
Corday.
I have a black card. We can.
Corday's like
Corday.
look like
Corday.
Got bad knees, dude.
You can walk it.
I don't want to walk. So this is the thing.
I'll get you an athlete,
I don't.
my guy.
I know. That's why I have bad knees, dude.
We can walk it.
No, because I don't want to. I want to train for it. That's why I asked how to train for it, and I don't want to walk it. I want to be able to like complete most of it by running, and then if I have to walk it. I don't want to just sign up and just walk. How'd you do? Oh, I came in like, oh, that's kind of slow. Like the athlete in me doesn't want to just walk the entire.
They're not sending your times to other marathons.
This is me.
That's also what I
competitive nature. That's what I'm saying.
That's also what I felt is like. I didn't even think about when I came in because I saw the first guy that got first place. And I high-fived him. Well, I was like dying. I had like heartburn. You know, like this is what,
same medals though, right? There's no first place medal.
but it was like it was a moment where like this is what you could have been if you didn't work out, buddy. Like high five. You know.
Some people get really competitive. I mean, everyone does their own things with it. You know, some people really like want to come in first. Some people are supporting walking just to support the cause.
Yeah.
You know, some people sign up and they just kind of hang out because we do like a festival pretty much at the finish and start line, and the people just hang out there, just celebrate and support the cause. So those are all very much appreciated. Any level of those support.
Yeah. No. And that whole like competitiveness vibe wasn't there. That's why I really enjoyed it because it literally just felt like for me, you know, when I came in last, I got a loud cheer from everyone.
Yeah.
Like I just, you know, like I ran for office and I won. That's how I felt. And even he got an applause because he was following me with the camera. So technically, he ran it
hardest film day ever.
And he did it with like Air Force Ones.
Horseshoes are running, man.
Horseshoes are running.
Yeah, that is crazy.
What's one of you guys' biggest accomplishments right now? That's an organ.
Being on the voice part. No, I'm just kidding.
In terms of like moving forward.
Yeah.
Okay. You can start off. Go first.
Well, I think just the body of work that we've put together over the course of years and doing it consistently is like one of the biggest accomplishments. You know, really feeling like I've done something in the community, you know?
Yeah. Like that?
You know, I just feel like, you know, something that has purpose to me, you know? So for me, it's like, that's an accomplishment.
San Anselmo.
It's my city.
That's right.
It's hard to really pinpoint a specific thing I'm most proud of because I feel like each year, you know, it gets better. It really does. And yeah, it's really hard to pinpoint, but I'd say one of my favorite things of moving forward is definitely the scholarship committee and just seeing how far it's come and working with everyone on the committee and meeting all of the scholarship recipients, reading the essays, reading the whole like, you know, the whole scholarship application in general. That's something that's so rewarding. The very first group that I graded, they're seniors this year. So just kind of seeing that they're finishing college. And that's like one of the most rewarding things in the world for me personally. Right. And I just really hope that it's really personal too, because, you know, in school, it's nice to see other people from your community also, you know, going through college and having support there, having mentorship and help there. So that's what I would say.
That's beautiful. That's awesome because I was reading about this guy who never had kids. I don't know if you guys saw that. It was like popular story for a while on IG. Never had kids, and then he used donated a lot of money for scholarships for like poor kids, and they collectively came together and called themselves like Dave's Kids because that was his name or whatever.
Oh.
You guys see that?
Like Dumbledore's Army.
No,
Yeah, exactly. So like they came together, like, you know, we were his kids. That's what they call themselves.
Oh, that's
Yes,
About, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I had a moment like that, but it was okay. So I went to a Kaleidoscope. They have poetry nights, and I believe this is one Urban Tills put together. I think you were there. We were there together.
Probably.
Yeah. There was a kid who was 18 years old who went on stage for the first time, and I was a little drunk. But when he got off stage, I told him, "Man, you were awesome. I dreamt of this moment." And he's like, "Whoa!" And he's been doing poetry ever since because it's like, "Man, I feel honored that you told me that."
Hell yeah.
And then he told me that later on, and I was like, "Damn, I was drunk as fuck, dude. I was just playing with you." But ever since, he's been going.
Drunk inspiration. Hell yeah. Look at you.
He's inspired.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You never.
You guys are doing that for reals.
Well, you know what I really believe with what we're doing is really a community thing. You know, it's not just like us, because like what you guys are doing, having us on here, sharing your platform with us, that's part of it too. And like our collaborations with Rich City Rides and Urban Tilt and all the other organizations, it's really about community and what we're capable of doing when we come together. You know, just if we just did try to do this all by ourselves, it wouldn't nearly be as successful. And so like I think like same thing, like meeting all these people, and it wouldn't have happened the way it did if I didn't, you know, make the jump and start doing moving forward stuff and make this thing happen, you know.
How big is the moving forward team?
Well, there's like a core team of about 5 people that's been like behind the scenes making stuff happen at this point. But there's been people coming and going that volunteer time or support as they can, you know. Then sometimes we get scholar or grant money to be able to do like stipends and stuff like that. We haven't been able to do that like long term for anybody, so we haven't had like somebody like there all the time, like full time. I mean,
Right.
But we have been able to do that. So 5 right now is like the core team.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shout out to Lady for sure. Jalen and Alani. They're 2 of our newer members, but they've really been, you know, making strides the past 6 months now, 7 months. And helping and really growing the organization.
Nice.
And then like your dad,
Oh yeah,
he's on the scholarship committee.
Member of the scholarship.
And so the scholarship committee,
Big Marcos.
Yeah.
Diana talked a little bit about it earlier, but basically they score all of the applications from the applicants for the scholarship program, and they score them so that then we can, you know, award them. And so that's a lot of work on its own. It's just like, so there's a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
I gotta say, my dad actually, he loves being a part of it. He talks about it all the time. He's really passionate about it. So
He's
I'm
awesome
glad,
to work with too.
glad you gave that old man a new hobby.
And he's
a good guy.
He loves it.
particular. He's like very, you know, he cares a lot about each application. He's very thorough with grading and all that.
Yeah.
He's great to work with.
Passionate.
I still feel like he's his older brother. It's not his dad, because the way like you guys are like best friends.
Interact.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah.
know
Well, you mean like because I made him do TikToks with
No way. Like how you guys are in
general.
Oh, he told
Yeah.
me
general.
how he got kind of like TikTok famous, like the inappropriate stuff.
We've done about 6 million total views with
Wow, that's a lot. Yeah.
So
What do you guys see as the future for moving forward? Like, what do you see it?
We're taking over the world,
Long
man.
term.
Taking over world domination.
Of course. A bunch of walking 5Ks. Hell yeah.
The end of cars. No, I'm just kidding.
everyone has to
What is
work
this,
out.
New York?
the new measuring stick. Like, how far are you away? I'm just about like 1 5K away. You know.
You have to buy things in payments of 5K.
No, seriously. What do you guys see as the future? Like, what do you want out of your organization to be?
Just, it's really been so unpredictable with how it's gone so far. I'm happy the way things are, and anything else right now is just like icing on the cake, honestly.
For sure.
But hopefully we can just grow instead of like one-off scholarships, support the whole 4 years they're in school, like even bigger. And I don't know, what else do you have to add?
Yeah, I see like a more well-rounded program, like with everything like that we can do to provide for the community more regularly.
Like more embedded into.
Yeah, so like the scholarship program, right? Be able to offer more resources like year-round, not just scholarship and a little bit of mentorship, but like really like hands-on,
Right.
possibly even like leading life skills workshops in schools, after school programs. I know Joaquin knows a little bit about that.
I mean, you get an after school program going, I'm the first to apply for coordinator.
All right.
Love to work for you guys.
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah.
I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Yeah.
So I see it growing like that, to being able to lend more support to the youth, especially more community cleanups more regularly. I think it's needed. More fitness classes, more health. So yeah, just growing everything that we're doing.
Specifically about for 2023, what are your guys' goals this year for moving forward?
Besides getting JD to sign up for the 5K.
Yeah,
sure.
besides that.
We did some planning at the end of the year, and we're still like shaping to what we'd really like it to come out to. But basically scaling on the programs that we already have going on right now, the 5K, the cleanups, making the what's it called? Just all the programs that we have even bigger, the hikes,
Right.
and then a little bit more refining in terms of who's leading them. But do you have anything else in mind in terms of scale?
Yeah, no, I think like obviously have more participants at the 5K, right?
Right.
So we had 300 something. We want to, exceed that number.
How do you think that works? How do you think that works with getting more people and stuff like that? Like I'm messing up this question. I'm sorry.
I get what you're saying.
Like, how hard has it been to get more people?
How do you continue to grow?
Yeah, well,
Thank
like,
you.
And
all the things that we didn't think that we would need to do, that's what we got to do.
What
Coming
did that
in,
mean?
Collaborate.
Yeah, collaborate. So, like,
Collaboration. Okay.
when we first started, it was kind of naive. We're gonna do a 5K, and this is a good cause. Everyone's gonna want to support, and that's it. Like you think this is it. Like you're all naive, right? But in the reality, people have their own things going on. A lot of people don't know who we are. It's like, who are these weirdos trying to save the world? Like all the
Right.
stuff like that. And so once you start realizing, okay, there is like strategies you can use to bring people out, to encourage people to want to get involved in what you're doing.
Don't say strategies.
So what strategy? No, just like promotion, marketing.
Right.
This isn't something that we came in thinking about. Like, oh yeah, this is how we're going to market it. Maybe to a certain degree, but not like more finer details of it. And so like we have some promotional strategies that we'll implement to get more people to come. Like having nice t-shirts goes a long way. At first year, it wasn't as much thought put into the design of the t-shirts. There wasn't as much thought put into like all the little details of it, like the medals. We didn't have medals the first year. I think beginning like 2 years ago, we started providing medals.
Unfortunately, there needs to be a take,
Incentive.
right? An incentive, right? Like, I'm gonna come the first time, like, oh, you get a medal? Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I might join. Oh, there's free food. I might go. You know what I mean? Like, because the reality is, if no one pushes it, right? No one thinks to go to the parks and clean up by themselves. No one thinks to just go run a 5K unless you're already a runner.
Also, sometimes you need to see, like who's getting these scholarships, because there's a lot of companies out there or organizations out there, not being honest about where proceeds go to, we give out one scholarship, raise all this money, but I got a new car, and
Bonus.
There's a lot of stuff like that out there. That's why, like you said, that's probably what you need to show them, like, hey, we're for real. Like 7 students getting, a cut. And we're actually not just doing that, like you guys are doing the community cleanups, all the events that you guys got going on. Like, for me personally, like, it takes a while for me to, like, when it comes to like an organization that hits me up to do like a collab, and it's like, okay, well, I gotta see, I don't know.
I totally get it, because like I think my personality is slow to warm up sometimes, especially like more on a personal level. So like I could understand how you can be kind of hesitant.
Stone cold killer, man.
Yeah, not necessarily Stone Cold Killer, but I'm from Richmond, so don't test me.
Someone was a thug, man. You guys think he's playing? He's a thug.
You know what I'm saying?
thank God for these 5Ks.
Save my life.
Yeah. The urge to kill died from all that running.
He too tired.
Those are jokes.
Yeah. No, so yeah, like I don't like judge anybody that like doesn't make running the 5K a priority.
Yeah.
You know, I totally get it.
But even just sharing your flyer or you know, that goes a long way. I mean,
it's appreciated. For sure.
Yeah. Because like it's awesome. Like, you know, what you decided to do and start. You know, like just an example. Like, you know, like collaboration, all that. What you decided to do. Like, you think of how many people you've met through not just to help you guys out on like a personal level. Like, you know, some of my best friends are here right now that I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for moving forward. I wouldn't have known this guy, you know, stuff like that. Like, you impact people regardless of how many, you know, how where you're at in your you know, in your company, in your organization.
No doubt. I can relate to that 1,000,000%. Like, there's so many people that I would have never met. And like, I feel like we're so much stronger when we work together rather than making it like a competitive thing. Yeah. You know, we were doing a podcast for a while. We may or may not get back to it eventually. But like, it's not like a competition thing. It's more like a working together thing.
Right.
Help each other.
Right.
Resources.
Exactly.
Right. I think that's the cool thing too about like everyone doing a podcast too. Like, instead of looking at it like a competition or something like that, you go, yo, we're all doing the same thing. We're all trying to get our name out there, blah, 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 blah. I mean, whatever it is, we have, I think the cool thing about how we've made all these relationships with everybody is like, we can really hit each other up and say, hey man, I got a show coming up, or I got an event coming up, and I think, you know, could you help me out? I mean, what's something we all do, you know, hey, DM each other. Can you guys repost this real quick? You know what I mean? And we're all down to do it. So, you know, I think honestly, everyone having their own platform to some extent, or something that they're trying to do is very beneficial too.
Cross promotion.
Exactly.
That's what it is. And like, I think we got a lot of support from Rich City Rides and Urban Tilth, because at times, what is it called? Well, basically, like, you ever see this meme and it's like somebody official, and then we're just there like in the clown suit. At the very beginning, I was like, oh man, like, these are like some legitimate organizations and we're kind of just like starting off. There's a term for that.
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. So yeah, at the very beginning, I kind of felt like that too, you know, because we don't have the recognition or the name to like.
That's crazy you say that, because that's how I felt when I saw the Voice Party logo. Not to take anything away that like we're not a serious thing or whatever. Yeah. But I mean, we're like here making jokes, you know, sometimes about some really silly shit, and then to see like the Voice Party logo on the 5K poster, the banner, it was like that meme of Big Bird in that meeting with those officials. That's how it felt for me. Like, you know, seeing that, like, whoa, man.
Oh no, it's the same thing when you see a Tomorrow's June thing.
You're right, yeah.
Or could they made your day sticker? It's like,
it's whatever. Yeah, like all these serious, you know. Yeah. Like, that's how I felt when you know, when you asked me to be on the podcast. It was just like you know, have you seen my show?
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
We don't want to get you guys canceled.
Yeah. It's like when Prince hired Kevin Smith to film a documentary for him, and Kevin was like, are you sure? Have you seen my work?
Yeah, exactly. So like I said, like, aside from, you know, I'm down to collaborate in any way with you guys, or what you want to do. If you want me to do a 5K, I'll do it.
Yeah,
we want you to do it.
I'll do it.
Do it, JD.
Hey, actually, I have a question.
Thank you.
When we do, like, when you're doing the festival or festivities after the 5K run,
the pub crawl.
Have you guys the pub crawl? Do you guys have any ideas of how possibly we could make it so that people stay longer and stuff like that? Because I do see kind of like people do the run and then they're kind of, some of them are like, okay, we're done, we're leaving.
Unless you want them to leave after the show. I mean, after the
run. But like, what do you think are some good ways that we can try to keep them?
That's a good
pub crawl.
Well, you know, we've thought about this. I've thought about this a lot, actually. Yeah. Like I said, we do the plan, do, reflect system. So
right.
We actually considered possibly even scaling down on the like post race festivities, because you gotta think, do people really want to stick around after they just ran and got exhausted? Maybe not, right? Maybe maybe it's time to kind of scale that down, or maybe we need to get like an indoor space so where people could be more comfortable, have more chairs available, so that people kind of feel more invited, and make it maybe not as large of a space where we have the festivities, so that people are more kind of closer together.
That sounds good.
A big space, people kind of
After party at El Garaje.
I mean,
They got the space.
And the dots.
I mean, just that's just an idea. But that's. I thought you guys wanted everyone out of there, because I know when you I don't know how you do the event there. Like, if you book it, you have to get out at a certain time.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
There is a permit process, but we do usually reserve the space for enough time for the event and for the festivities
after. Yeah.
So you said like Joaquin from like high school and stuff like that, right? And then so when you first met Joaquin, what was this Black Joaquin? My bad. What was this young man doing? This young lad doing back then? What was the thing that he was like really passionate about?
Well, back then I knew him by a different name.
Oh, okay.
Is it okay if I say that?
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. It's a family nickname. Go ahead.
Martin.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I knew him as Martin, and then he was like into I think movies and like maybe comic books and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Demo was bullying him.
You were into that stuff, bro?
Was he bullied back then?
No.
No, he's. I'm thinking of Chet. That's what I'm thinking.
Chet.
Yeah. And then also we found out that because you guys both went to Kennedy High, that he knows my cousin Alvin Fields as well. That was like a super thing that we found out last night.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, you know my cousin Alvin? He was like, yeah. And then because he was like, are you really 45 though? I was like, nah. Because like referring to one of my jokes, I was like, nah, I'm 33, dude. But you said also used to walk up to Joaquin and he was like really passionate about music, right? And he said every time you would walk up to him, you'd be like kind of messing with him. And then what would usually happen after that?
I remember this one time, especially, I was walking down Telegraph in Berkeley, and so I ran into him, and he
In the college years, yeah.
Martin, I was like, hey man, bust a freestyle. Can you bust a freestyle? Because I know he was ready to go all the time, always talking about his music. So I was, let me hear something. And he just, I didn't expect it, but he really just went, and he was going for like 2 minutes straight. I was like, man, this is not what I expected, but I'm impressed.
Yeah.
He had headphones on and takes them off and then starts off.
Because a lot of people, they're not ready to go like at any moment.
Yeah.
And I was just kind of half joking, but he went for it. And I was like, and we're just on the street, walking down the street.
That's the Bay Area's Talib Kweli, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, that's how.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Joaquin, I ain't never heard none of you. Can you bust a
Do it for the 5K. Do it for the 5K.
Okay, for sure.
Oh, he's ready.
Give him a beat, Marcos.
All right.
It was the same thing that happened last time.
All right. I don't compete in the 5K because I hyperventilate, but it's okay because at the end of the day, I'm going to get my speed up so I can go and run up and get myself a trophy. And you can say I uncuff myself from the shackles that are self-inflicted. I want to have this fat on my body evicted like an unwanted tenant that's resting on its laurels. Nah. I've got too many healthy morals. I've decided to go into more veggies and less sugary sweets because at the end of the day, it's only myself I have to beat.
Oh, damn. Hell yeah.
Man.
We literally talked about this last night. Hey, it was like, hey, we're going to get him to freestyle on the podcast. I was like, hell yeah. I was like, hell yeah. Yeah, that's what we was talking about last night. Yeah, because it was like, that's what we was like leading up to. Because I was like, I ain't really heard. He was like, he could drop it like on. I'm like, hold up, he could do that? Like, wait a second,
Yeah.
Like, because we crack jokes and stuff. I was like, he don't be cracking no random freestyles. He just come with like.
Great.
Yeah. When you were doing this earlier, that thing, I thought you were talking about that, like getting ready for it. I was like, oh man. Talking about the mic.
Yeah, I was talking about, no.
He was like, no, you freestyle.
It's not your time to freestyle.
Yeah, you got to freestyle.
You got to freestyle.
Oh man, I can't freestyle. Yeah.
So, any events coming up?
So we do a monthly community hike every first Saturday, different places.
I'm gonna be busy that day.
And it's like usually for the family, so it's not like we're gonna push a super quick pace or anything like that. Everyone's welcome. Come out to that, and then
Where's this at?
It switches places, so sometimes it'll be at Miller Knox, sometimes it'll be Point Pinot, sometimes it'll be the Wildcat Canyon Trail. It switches, so you'll know in advance.
Look out for Instagram.
Follow us on, if you don't already, Moving Forward 510, and that'll be advertised on there.
Okay,
cool.
Aside from that, we do the community cleanups every third Saturday, except this month is going to be a little bit different because we got the MLK Day, which is going to be on a Monday. That's going to be a big event right there. That's in collaboration with a lot of organizations, the ones we mentioned earlier, and a whole bunch more. That's a huge one, so you got to come to that.
Okay. Oh wait, that's when?
MLK Day is at the January 16th.
Yes,
it's Monday.
Oh,
Monday.
so tell us, how did that go? It's gonna come out after.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be great. I guarantee.
It was a wonderful event. Thank you for having us there.
Unhealthy comedians too. We're setting the rules right now, so we're gonna 5K in August.
Yep.
Okay.
Feels like fuck. I have to make a whole new documentary.
it's now available. It's you can rate it on Rotten Tomatoes, right?
Yeah, we can run around too. No, but for real, last time we said it on the podcast, August. What date again?
It's first or second week of August. We're not exactly sure.
Okay.
So we're gonna.
Regardless, I'm there. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna try to run as much more than last time. You know.
We're gonna train.
Yeah, I gotta train. I'm already training.
Send
So.
you guys a plan, because there's this really good free plan for 5Ks, 10Ks, halves, and fulls marathons.
Does it involve working out? No,
I mean,
I'm
this
kidding.
one is like hybrid. They have beginners. They have like intermediate.
I'm kidding.
It's by Hal Hidgens. I don't
Yeah.
know if you've ever heard of it, but if you go on Pinterest, type in Hal Hidgens 5K. I'm really going to send it to the group.
Okay.
No excuse.
Yeah.
It's like a walk-run hybrid for 5K. So it's pretty easy. It's like 8 weeks, I think. So.
Yo, you know what? I just thought of a great idea. We should. This is going to be expensive, but we'll make the money back in 2 seconds, right? Everyone. I'm talking about everyone.
Those ideas come up all the time with this kid.
All right.
All right.
I'm listening.
We'll all put the money together. We rent a rock wall, right? And we make JD climb to the top.
What the fuck?
And everyone in the community just throws down money, and we'll make the money back for the rock wall. The rest of it goes to the.
Save your money and just raise the money and send it to the kids. I'll go up.
Yeah, the money's not going to you. It's going to go to the
No,
scholarship.
I know, but we don't need a rock wall.
No, that's
it's
to make you climb it.
It's a part of the gag.
Like we throw money in the sea. Where do you think JD's
Yeah,
gonna
like
stop?
we're just like bets on where do you
Oh, okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
You think he'll make it to the top? Like, nah, I think he's gonna make about 4 or 5 steps. Like, all right, you know?
Regardless of what you do, I'll show up.
All right. I appreciate.
We'll work on the rock wall. Don't worry, I got you.
What?
Work on the rock wall.
You're a genius. See you.
Mechanical bull, whatever. You know, like great idea. That would be a dope idea.
Mechanical bull
After you finish the 5K, mechanical bull. Hey,
Sounds like fun.
that sounds like fun, right?
That would keep people.
That would. But what we really should do is a rock wall. I think that's a good idea.
Why
cut his part out.
said a rock wall this whole time? It's like amazing, you know. And then maybe have JD climb it. You know, that would be amazing.
They can cut your part out and then make it seem like they just came up with it.
I don't care.
We did come up with it. What are you talking about?
And then we could CGI me climbing the rock wall. And
As long as we do it.
where can people get in contact with you guys who are listeners that wanna maybe join the 5K? Because I think we got one of our listeners to join the 5K, but then they flaked. But hey, whatever. They at least
Was it JD?
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. So where can they sign up?
So to stay up to date with Moving Forward 510.org is our website, and then Moving Forward 510 on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us there to stay up with the latest. I would recommend Instagram and Facebook. The website does get updated regularly, but not as much as those two. And then signing up for the 5K, we'll make the announcements on there, on social media, the website, everything. It's going to be later this month.
Okay.
So get ready, and we're going to have an early bird special. So the first day that people register, it'll be at a discounted rate to encourage people to register, like in advance. A lot of people wait till the very last minute,
Right.
and we appreciate that nonetheless. But as we get closer to the date, we increase the price.
Okay.
It's a strategy. One of the strategies we use as far as like getting people registered.
There you go.
Awesome.
That's awesome, man. And again, thank you for what you do for the community.
Thank you too.
Any
so
any
much.
closing messages that you want to send out to our listeners?
Well, thank you guys for having us on.
No problem.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was like a.
No, thank you guys for coming.
Thank you guys for coming out
Yeah, appreciate it.
in the rain. I don't know if it's raining when you're driving off here, but thank
It was nice. It was nice. It was good. So yeah, thank you for having us. And I think like the main thing that I want to just share is that I appreciate each and every one of you and the relationships that we've built.
Yeah.
And I look forward to doing more stuff together in the future.
Yeah, 100%.
Look forward to moving forward. All right.
Hey, there.
All right. That's been the Voice Party.
And we're out. Sound like the episode title right there. Looking forward to moving.